Is it money that makes a business fun? Or is it money that makes a business unfun? Not fun? From setting your prices to budgeting, there's a lot that I learned this week. I was even taught how to use a spreadsheet. Let me know if you want a 15-minute long video on me just talking about that. I started off by looking at setting your prices. You might have an idea on what you want to charge. Maybe because it's more than you earn in your employed job per hour. So I'll charge that, right? But setting your price should be about whatever the market around you is and taking into account all the costs that you're going to have along the way before you take your money home. My training material pointed out that you might even consider asking local electricians what they charge, maybe inquiring of their services.
The first hour call-out charges £90, £95, £80, £150, £80, £85, £100, £75, £62, £50, £80, £90, £95. Interesting, huh?
This gives you an idea on where you can fit in price-wise in your market. Too cheap, and you won't be able to cover all the costs with the insurance, the vehicles, tools, sick pay, holiday, and all these sort of things. Too expensive, and you might struggle to find work. The training material suggested looking at what you want to take home and then working back, adding your costs in to work out how much you need to earn overall. This is a good idea, right? I bet it will be more than you think you need to earn. You've then got to decide on how you're going to get paid. Different types of payments have their own advantages. Only accepting cash gives the idea of a dodgy business. Only accepting bank transfer can seem a little bit awkward for some. I think in 2024, being able to pay on a card machine is a pretty standard thing, right? Personally, I've used some up for years and I found them great. Yeah, they take a fee, but at least you know you're going to get paid. Having a range of payment options seems like a good idea, but you don't want to have too many and make it too complicated. I also wonder how many electricians are requesting a percentage up front of the job. Maybe even 10% to ensure the booking or something like that. Let me know in the comments what you do with this. I need some advice from as many electricians as I can get. I looked at different types of business structures from sole trader all the way through to limited companies and the consideration of charging VAT. My material gave me the figure of £82,000 in 2015. So I know that my training material is at least 8 to 9 years old. Nice. In their defence, it has only changed by a couple of thousand to 85,000 now. I was reminded of the need to tell HMRC that you're going to be self-employed and making sure that there's enough money for tax. Ugh, tax. This can be resolved with business planning. I learned about the need to have professional advisors such as accountants, bookkeepers, solicitors, and even an insurance broker. Taking the insurance broker example, having somebody who knows your business and your business needs, who can deal with all the types of insurances you're going to need, just makes your life a bit easier. And I've found this in my own business. I looked at some of the signs of a business that is in trouble. Just to summarize, mismanagement. Maybe somebody that you rely on as a manager to carry out everything without your input, and then they just screw things up. Or what about having no budget? Or what about thinking, oh, it's tax deductible? I mean, yes, it's tax deductible. You're not going to pay any tax on it because you don't have that money in the first place because you've gone and spent it. Or maybe you've got a limited product or service while your competition around you has a much larger product or service. So you might end up losing work to other electricians. Pricing that we mentioned at the start isn't always going to be right forever. Over time, you can end up with the wrong price for a service that you've offered because maybe the costs around you have gone up and you're carrying on working the same as you always have, which means you're working for less and you could come to the point where it's just not sustainable anymore. I touched on this before, but not considering the competition can be a sign of a business in trouble. There is an element of keeping up if customers are going to find you and use you. Finally, I looked at some of the changes to a business that needs to or is ready to grow. A small business might get away with not having financial forecasts, but a business that's expanding or ready to grow needs some form of forecast. By doing this, elements of risk are taken out. Where's the business going to be in a month, a year, 5 years? There's a need to keep a clear and accurate records of things like invoices and statements. This is a little bit easier now with cloud-based management packages. Invoices with payment links can be generated and sent out, and when they're paid, it's automatically marked off on a system. Again, this is some advice I need of electricians that have been running their business for a little while. What software do you use to carry out these tasks? Please let me know in the comments below. If you're getting home after a full day's work and you still find that some of these tasks, such as invoices, might need to be done, then maybe it's time to pass them on and to outsource them. Well, there you have it. Another week of becoming an electrician. Next week, we continue with self-employment, learning about networking. Until next time, Battery Man out.